Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Time Travel Simulator. Start with a green dragon fruit. Chapter 21. Thank you, Lord Admiral, for your compliment. Facing Tang De's bright eyes, Zhongzhan smiled innocently. Ha 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 ha, hear this. Tang burst into laughter. While laughing, he patted Zhongzhan on the shoulder and said, good boy, I like people with your kind of personality, unlike the twins from the Wang family. Every time I praise them, they are all modest and want nothing. Young people should behave like young people. Youth is your confidence. When you are young, you should be flamboyant. If you are not flamboyant, who knows what your abilities are? Who will value you? And you? Just like that girl from the Mew family, she clearly has awakened A-level superpowers, even though she has already entered the level, but she insists on saying that she only has B-level superpowers and hides her own strength. Hear the words. Zhongzhan was stunned for a moment, with a look of astonishment on his face. Tang, Admiral Tang, that Muir from Fengming High School is an A-level ability user. And he has already entered the level. Yes. After Tang De nodded briefly, he then said seriously, Zhongzhan, you must not imitate her. She comes from a good family, is not public, and fights for resources. It doesn't matter. But you are different. Your family background cannot allow you to do what she did. You must be public. You must be high profile. Because only in this way can you show your value. Only by letting the world see your value will they be willing to spend a lot of money to invest in you. However, you can't be too flamboyant or high profile. After all, there is a saying, too much is not enough. After listening to Tang De's thoughtful words, Zhongzhan nodded and said, I understand, Admiral Tang. As long as you understand. Tang De smiled kindly and continued. By the way, there is one more thing I want to ask you. Admiral Tang, please tell me. Zhongzhan was confused. The ability you just used in the ring to predict other people's attacks in advance. Is it something that comes with the A-level upgraded superpower you awakened, or is it something you created yourself? After Tang De finished speaking, he stared at Zhongzhan expectantly with bright eyes. It's not just him. The few superpower bosses from Jiacheng who came with him also stared at Zhongzhan curiously. Admiral Tang, are you talking about observation hockey? Zhongzhan asked. Observation hockey. Tang showed curiosity. Yes, the reason why I can know and easily attack attacks coming from outside my sight is because of the ability of observation hockey. Zhongzhan said. Yes, that's it. Is the name of this ability called observation hockey? What a weird name. Tang looked thoughtful, and then asked, then where did you get this ability called observation hockey? This ability, to a certain extent, was created by me. Zhongzhan was silent for 2 seconds before speaking. No way, that was all he could say. Regarding the time travel simulator, it is absolutely impossible for Zhongzhan to reveal it to anyone. No matter how good the relationship between that person and him was, he would never reveal even a single word. This is Zhongzhan's most basic bottom line. Hear this. Tang De and the people around him looked at each other quickly, and then asked, then what price do you need to pay to master this ability called observation hockey? How to practice it? In my opinion, the power of observation hockey is similar to aura and deterrence. If you want to master this power, you should not have to pay any price. As for how to cultivate this power, actually, I'm not very clear about it, I just woke up to this ability suddenly and accidentally. Zhongzhan said. That's it, okay, then I understand. After Tang De nodded, he continued. Zhongzhan, if you don't mind, can you release the observation hockey in your body now and let us feel it? Of course, you can also refuse. No problem at all. Zhongzhan nodded without hesitation, and then directly released the observation hockey in his body. Tang De and others quickly held their breath and concentrated, using all their strength to activate their mental power, trying to capture and feel the power of observation hockey. After a while, Tang De finally said, Zhongzhan, that's it. You can take your observation hockey back. Okay. After Zhongzhan nodded, he quickly took back the observation hockey. How's it going? Lao Zhang, Lao Bai, have you felt the energy called observation hockey? Tang De turned to look at the two people beside him. Well, I feel it. It is a very illusory energy. Me too. After Tang De nodded empathetically, he turned his attention to Zhongzhan again and said, Congratulations, classmate Zhang Zan, you will soon become a billionaire. Ah, Zhang Zan was stunned. Judging from the performance of observation hockey's ability, it is not worse than the Nianwang ability currently on the market. And the advantage of observation hockey is that it is not like Nianwang, whose mental power must reach above 1000 Hz before it can be practiced. If you can research observation hockey's training method and sell it to the public, a large number of ability users will definitely buy it. Let me tell you this, Nianwang's cultivation secret manual is worth 1 million copies. Since Lord Li Ping created the Nianwang ability and sold it publicly, millions of copies have been sold. Hear this. Zhang Zan's eyes suddenly lit up. Zhang Zan did not follow Zhu Man back to school. He is now 100% sure to be directly interviewed by a university and there is no need for him to go back to school. Anyway, when I go back to school, I spend most of my time studying by myself. After taking 3 spiritual nourishing fruits and nearly 1 million cultivation resources in one go, he went directly into the training room of the Jiacheng Superpower Association and couldn't wait to start consuming these spiritual herbs and elixirs. While he was in retreat, the results of this competition had already dispersed along with the crowd watching the game, and spread throughout Jiacheng. Have you heard? Have you heard? What did you hear? This year is the day when the college entrance examination mobilization competition is held. Don't you pay attention to such a big event? Old Lutu, don't hold back, just tell me directly, what happened? You should have heard of Zhang Zan, right? Zhang Zan, is that the student from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school who awakened A-level superpowers? Yes, that's him. What's up with him? That kid is incredible. He defeated the twin brothers from the Wang family, the richest man in Jiacheng, and the eldest lady from the Mu family. What, really or falsely? If I remember correctly, isn't Zhang Zan's family in a very poor situation? And didn't he just awaken his superpower 3 days ago? Didn't the twins of the Wang family and Miss Mu Da wake up half a year ago? Have you awakened your superpower? That is to say, old Lutu, where did you get this gossip? This is not just some gossip. My son works in the Association of Superpowers. He just called me and told me personally. Hiss, comma. Have you heard? Have you heard? What did you hear? That Zhang Zan from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school severely beat up all the other contestants in the college entrance examination mobilization competition held today. What, real or fake? Absolutely true. Comma. Have you heard? That Zhang Zan from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school and the twin brothers from the Wang family fell in love with Mu Yi, the eldest daughter of the Mu family. The two groups were jealous, and then Zhang Zan gave away the legs of the twin brothers from the Wang family. It's broken, and it's the third leg. Hiss, so cruel. I mean, it's too cruel. Tisk. Young people nowadays are really too impulsive. The Wang family is the richest family in Jiacheng. I'm afraid something will happen to that kid named Zhang Zan. Comma. Have you heard? A few days ago, there was news that Zhang Zan, who had awakened his A-level superpower, suddenly went crazy in the college entrance examination mobilization competition and beat all the contestants into cripples. What? Zhang Zan killed someone in the college entrance examination mobilization competition. What? Zhang Zan beat the Wang twin brothers to death. What? Zhang Zan smashed the eldest daughter of the Mu family's breasts. What? Zhang Zan is a dog. Comma. The news becomes more outrageous and absurd as it spreads. In the evening, Zhang Zan walked out of the training room with a red face. After hearing these outrageous gossips, he was completely confused. God is so jealous. Damn it, break the third leg. God smashed Mu Yi's chest. What a silly dog. Outrageous. Just outrageous. That moment, Zhang Zan complained crazily in his heart. But the good thing is, at 7 o'clock in the evening, as Jiacheng TV station broadcast the complete process and results of the day's college entrance examination mobilization competition, these outrageous gossips gradually dissipated. After returning home, Zhang Zan did not relax because he was proud of his victory during the day and tanged his praise. On the contrary, he was very excited when he thought that if he could sort out observation hockey's cultivation method, he would be able to make money while lying down in the future. He spent most of the evening flipping observation hockey. There is a gain. After one night, his understanding and mastery of observation hockey became deeper. But he failed to find a way to practice observation hockey as he wished. Go to sleep first. Don't rush this kind of thing, just take your time. I'm still young and I have plenty of time. A quick night. Early the next morning, Zhongzhan got up early to exercise as usual. I had just finished my morning exercise and returned home from a nearby park. I saw several people standing in front of my house. After some understanding, Zhongzhan found out. These people were all the admissions office teachers from various universities in Kyushu who came over overnight after learning about Zhongzhan's deeds in the Jiacheng College entrance examination mobilization competition. The promise they gave, 5 flowers 8 gate. Several universities even promised Zhongzhan a scholarship of 5 million per year, which made Zhongzhan's heart move. But in the end, Zhongzhan rejected them. In fact, after listening to Tang De's words yesterday, Zhongzhan had already made the final decision in his heart. After declining these enthusiastic admissions teachers from major universities, Zhongzhan closed the door, took out his cell phone, and dialed the number of the female admissions teacher named Liu from Magic City University. Hang up the phone. The corners of Zhongzhan's mouth raised slightly. From today on, I am a member of Magic City University. However, it is not enough. My strength is far from enough. Admiral Tang is right. Although Magic City University is one of the top 3 universities in Kyushu, the teaching resources are definitely among the best in Kyushu, but at the same time, there are also many geniuses in Magic City University. Thinking of this, Zhongzhan clenched his fists fiercely. Jiacheng is just a small place. Although I defeated all the top genius students in Jiacheng's senior year this year, it does not mean that I am invincible. There are people outside the world. There are people outside, so I have to work harder. Besides, Teacher Liu also said that what Magic City University talks about is the word, struggle. No matter what your status and background are before joining Magic City University, and what level of superpower you awaken, as long as you enter when you get to Magic City University, if you want to get more and better resources, you have to compete with others. And if you want to grab enough resources from others, you just have talent but no strength, it won't work. While muttering to himself, Zhongzhan's eyes gradually became sharper. He didn't go to school for the next week. In fact, he didn't even return home. He stayed in the training room of Jiacheng Superpower Association, using the resources he won to quickly improve himself. Of course, while practicing, Zhongzhan did not forget to study observation hockey. Unfortunately, he has never been able to successfully understand the nature of observation hockey. Unable to understand the essence of observation hockey, he naturally could not deduce the cultivation method of observation hockey. But, because he spent a lot of time on observation hockey, after a week, his observation hockey improved a lot, with an additional coverage of about 1 meter. After a week, Zhongzhan's strength has improved rapidly. This is not without reason. In just 1 week, he ate up all the resources worth nearly 10 million. Not a single bit was left. 10 million is no longer a small amount. Even Wang Qing, Wang Bai and Mu Year can only consume 2 to 3 million resources every year. Look at what this says, being rich is great. In addition, before this, Zhongzhan had never taken any of these spiritual herbs and elixirs that aided in cultivation. Any magical herbs and elixirs are actually based on tolerance. The effect of taking it for the first time is definitely much better than the effect of taking it for the second and third time. Taking it for the first time and taking a large amount of spiritual herbs and elixirs in a short period of time are the reasons why Zhongzhan's strength has soared. Especially the super fruit worth 5 million. In fact, before taking the super fruit, Zhongzhan was still a little bit murmuring in his heart. He was worried that the super fruit's medicinal effect would not be effective on the azure dragon fruit. But it's okay. The medicinal effect of the superpower fruit can still have an effect on Zhongzhan's ability to develop the blue dragon fruit. In addition to the life-threatening training, Zhongzhan did not forget the daily time travel simulation. But it seems that it was because he easily obtained the golden legendary talent of being a dragon blood descendant that day. In the past 7 days, Zhongzhan's luck has been extremely bad. He refreshes the card pool almost 3 or 4 times every day. However, every talent that comes out is so rubbish. Yesterday, I finally found a good purple talent, but it turned out to be G just after I reached the age of 16. What? How did he die? How else could he die? The cause of death was that when he went to sea for the first time, he accidentally met the pirate Empress Hancock. He couldn't control his lower body. In the end, he was defeated by the 3 Hancock sisters and sank to the bottom of the sea. When he saw this ending, Zhongzhan jumped up from the ground angrily. He almost wanted to cancel the golden talent of dragon blood from the fixed talent slot, but he held back in the end. As for the reason, again, the golden talent of dragon blood descendants is really too strong. Jiacheng Superpower Association, a certain testing room. Beep 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 beep. A sharp and harsh tone suddenly sounded. In front of the energy detector. Zhongzhan slowly retracted his hand from the energy detector. Looking at the 4 numbers, 1013, displayed on the energy detector screen, a satisfied smile gradually filled his face. Perfect. Even if I don't enter the dragon human form, just in the human form, my energy fluctuations have already exceeded 1000. When the energy fluctuation exceeds 1000, it means entering the level, which means becoming a real superpower. In human form, my energy fluctuations exceed 1000. What about dragon form? Thinking of this, Zhongzhan said nothing. With a bang, he directly entered the dragon form. Re-hold the energy detector. Start testing. The next second. Beep 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 beep. The urgent and sharp sound sounded again. Zhongzhan quickly looked closely. 3000. Looking at the bright red numbers on the energy detector, a bright smile suddenly appeared on Zhongzhan's face. 3000, which is almost 3 times that of 1013. What does that mean? This means, the dragon-like form of the blue dragon fruit gave Zhongzhan a 3-fold increase. 3 times. This is a 3-fold increase. This is an increase of 30%. What is this concept? Explosion concept. Zhongzhan happily retracted his palm and returned from the dragon form to the human form. Then, he quickly cleared all the detection data of this energy detector. After doing all this, Zhongzhan clapped his hands with satisfaction. He did not leave immediately, but sat down on the ground, meditating and waiting quietly. Time passed quietly. About an hour passed. In his ears, he suddenly remembered a familiar mechanical female voice. Ding dong, the time travel simulator has finished cooling down. Hearing this, Zhongzhan suddenly opened his eyes and turned on the time travel simulator. The time travel simulator has been turned on. You have fixed your talent, do you want to change it? Whether, close black lens bracket. No, 10 survival points are deducted, and the talent card pool has been refreshed. Close black lens bracket. Please choose the talent you want to wear. Greed, peace of mind, extraordinary birth, dragon blood. Greed white, you are an extremely greedy person. Close black lens bracket. Sitting calmly, blue, your restraint is very strong. Even if a beautiful woman is in front of you, you can maintain a normal mind. Close black lens bracket. Born extraordinary, purple, your birth is extraordinary. Close black lens bracket. It's not easy. Looking at the 3 talents that were refreshed this time, Zhongzhan was so moved that he almost cried. It's been 7 days. It's been 7 days. Do you know how I've spent these 7 days? Every time, I got into a lot of trouble because I couldn't control my lower body. I died young again and again. This time, but you have refreshed a pretty good talent for me. After being excited for a while, Zhongzhan gradually calmed down, and then he easily checked the 3 talents of sitting in peace, extraordinary birth, and dragon bloodline. Simulation time travel officially begins. Day 1. You traveled through time and became a baby about to be born. Close black lens bracket. First month. You were born. Thanks to you being a time traveler, you successfully learned the identity of your father, the then Marine Admiral, from your parents' conversation. Close black lens bracket. Damn, that's awesome. It's truly a purple talent. The beginning of the game turned me into Marine Admiral's son. In this wave, I can easily live to be 70 or 80 years old, right? Even if I don't live to be 70 or 80 years old, then as the son of Marine Admiral, I will definitely be able to learn armament hockey and Marine 6 styles bar. Zhongzhan suddenly became excited when he thought that he might soon obtain armament hockey. The time travel simulator is still running. Year 1. Due to the increasingly chaotic situation on the sea, your father, Marine Admiral, is away from home all year round. Over the past year, except for the few days when you were born, you have never seen your father again. Close black lens bracket. The second year, you start to consciously exercise your body, and you are growing rapidly. Close black lens bracket. Third year, you train yourself consciously, and you are growing rapidly. Close black lens bracket. Year 4, you, your mother and grandparents were attacked by pirates on the way to naval headquarters. Thanks to your dragon blood talent, you did not die after falling into the sea, but relied on you survived by grabbing a piece of driftwood, but in the process, you lost your memory. Close black lens bracket. Quote question mark 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 quote. Gone. Grass, a plant. The moment he saw the fourth year's information, Zhongzhan's face darkened suddenly. Huh, it's okay, 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 it's okay. If you lose your memory, it's okay. At least you survived. Zhongzhan breathed a long sigh of relief while comforting himself. But having said that, Marine Admiral's son was attacked by pirates when he was 4 years old and almost died. Could it be that the father in my time travel simulation is Zephyr? Year 5. An archaeologist named Albia adopted you. Close black lens bracket. Year 6. Your sister Nico Robin is born. Close black lens bracket. Year 7. You thrive in Olaha, West Blue. Close black lens bracket. 8th year. Your adoptive mother went to sea and left you in order to explore the historical truth. Close black lens bracket. Year 9. You live in Olaha with your sister Nico Robin, and your strength is growing rapidly. Close black lens bracket. 10th year. Your strength grows rapidly. Close black lens bracket, The next few years passed by the same thing. Year 14. The world government launched a buster call on O'Hara, and you escaped from O'Hara with your sister Nico Robin. Close black lens bracket. Year 15. You become a pirate. Close black lens bracket. 16th year. After killing a group of pirates, you accidentally got a big sword and became a swordsman. Close black lens bracket. 17th year. Your swordsmanship has improved rapidly. Close black lens bracket. 18th year. You become a swordsman. Close black lens bracket. Year 19. When you and your sister Nico Robin were wandering on the sea, you accidentally encountered the marine internship ship led by Zephyr. Zephyr noticed the birthmark on the back of your neck and the amulet you had always kept around your neck. He recognized after revealing your identity, I deliberately let you and Nico Robin go. Close black lens bracket. I Gao, I'm really Zephyr's son. The 20th year. The 30th year. 40 years. When you were traveling in the New World, you accidentally ran into the ship of the New World 4 Emperors Bigmom. You had a conflict with Bigmom. Although you successfully killed her, you were also seriously injured. You were attacked and killed by elite CP agents who had been targeting you for a long time. After killing hundreds of elite CP agents, you died of exhaustion. At the last moment of your life, your domineering spirit broke out and you awakened Conqueror's Hockey. Close black lens bracket. Oh, he's still dead. Looking at the information displayed on the panel, Zhongzhan sighed regretfully. He originally thought that his simulated time travel was absolutely stable and he would definitely be able to easily live to be 70 or 80 years old. Because since he met Zephyr when he was 19 years old, and Zephyr recognized his identity. From the age of 20 to the age of 40, with the secret help of Zephyr, his old father, he lived a life without any danger, his strength increased day by day, and the bounty was almost close to 1 billion belly. The result was unexpected. Things are impermanent. Fortunately, he suddenly started having sex with the ant. Just do it. The key was finally picked up by the CP organization. But luckily, at least I awakened Conqueror's Hockey before I died. Thinking of this, Zhongzhan's mood suddenly improved a lot, and he turned his eyes to the light screen again. You are dead, this simulation has ended, cumulative survival time, 40 years, points earned, 40 points, simulator cooling time, 1 day. Close black lens bracket. In this simulation, you have obtained the following abilities: Observation Hockey, Armament Hockey, Conqueror's Hockey, please choose any one to extract. Close black lens bracket. I already have the ability of Observation Hockey, can I still choose to extract it? Looking at the 3 optional abilities on the light screen, Zhongzhan couldn't help but express such confusion. It can be extracted. After extraction, the host's development and mastery of this ability will be improved to a certain extent. Close black lens bracket. Sounds like a good idea, but I choose to extract Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki. This has to be Conqueror's Haki. Faced with this situation, any normal person would probably choose Conqueror's Haki, right? No way, right? Isn't it true that some people would choose the color of knowledge and the color of armed force? Among Conqueror's Haki is the rarest and most difficult ability to awaken. Zhongzhan never thought that he would be able to produce Conqueror's Haki in this simulation. As a result, who would have thought that Conqueror's Haki would awaken at the last second of his life? This should be considered a well-deserved blessing. Zhongzhan thought happily. Ding dong, extracting Conqueror's Haki ability. Ding dong, Conqueror's Haki ability has been extracted. As the ethereal mechanical female voice fell, it felt the same as when I extracted Observation Haki last time. Zhongzhan suddenly felt a strange yet familiar force within his body. It stands to reason. The Conqueror's Haki who has just awakened cannot be controlled and will only explode when he is emotionally aroused, such as anger. But the Conqueror's Haki in Zhongzhan's body seems to have been directly extracted to him by the simulator. So, even though he had just acquired the ability of Conqueror's Haki, he was already able to use it at will. But the randomness here is not really random. The randomness here refers to Zhongzhan's ability to release Conqueror's Haki at will. But he does not have precise control over the Conqueror's Haki he releases. After going back and forth, retracting and releasing it several times, Zhongzhan finally stopped with satisfaction. Just about to close the time travel simulator. Suddenly, something suddenly came to his mind. By the way, I have a question. I remember you said that every time I simulated traveling, the plane I simulated traveling to was random. Then why for so many days, the plane I simulated traveling through has always been where is the world of One Piece? Zhongzhan suddenly asked in his heart. Host, you understand wrong. The plane you simulate traveling through for the first time is random. If the host wants to change the plane you simulate traveling through later, you need to use survival points, 1000 points each time. Close black lens bracket. 1000 points. So expensive. Forget it, One Piece world is pretty good. Zhongzhan originally had the idea of changing the world simulation, but after hearing that returning the world required 1000 survival points, he gave up the idea. Then, he quickly glanced at his survival points. Speaking of which, the system, if I remember correctly, only requires 100 survival points to expand talent slots for the first time, right? Open black lens bracket yes. Close black lens bracket. Just enough. Come on, I want to expand my talent slots. 100 survival points deducted, talent slot +1. Close black lens bracket. You have a new talent fixed slot available. Do you want to fix the talent immediately? Whether. Close black lens bracket. Yes, please choose the talent you want to fix among the following talents: greed, peace of mind, and extraordinary birth. Close black lens bracket. Zhongzhan did not make a choice immediately, but fell into deep thought. Among these 3 talents, he was the first to eliminate the most rubbish negative talent, greed. But Zhongzhan hesitated among the 2 rare talents, the blue rare talent, sitting in peace, and the purple rare talent, born extraordinary. Just looking at these 2 talents, the latter is obviously better than the former. And it's much better. But look at things comprehensively. The talent of sitting in peace is a perfect match with the talent of dragon blood. It can perfectly offset the negative effects of dragon blood and allow the golden legendary talent of dragon blood to work perfectly. I want to sit still and stay calm. After thinking again and again, Zhongzhan finally chose the blue talent, sitting in peace. I hope my choice is correct. Zhongzhan murmured to himself. It was already evening when I left the Superpower Association and returned to my small apartment downstairs. The sun is fading. Looking at the bright red fire clouds in the western sky, Zhongzhan couldn't help but feel lazy. However, right now, call out. A strong wind suddenly struck from the side. Unprepared, Zhongzhan rolled over quickly and narrowly avoided the attack. Turn around and look. In the dark alley next to the apartment building, he saw two men in black hoods, one tall and one thin, looking at him with indifference. Little Guido, you react very quickly. The tall man suddenly grinned, with a playful look on his face. If nothing else, he should have already entered the level, right? Who are you? Zhang Zan stared at the tall and thin people at the entrance of the alley with an expressionless face, and asked coldly. The question has just emerged. The words just fell. Zhang Zan glanced at the crack on the wall next to him, and his voice sounded again. Forget it, I can see from your looks that you are not good people, and besides, you have already taken the initiative to attack. Between murmurs, dang, dang, Zhang Zan's legs suddenly kicked off the ground. Under the influence of the huge recoil force, the whole person rushed towards the two people like a cheetah hunting for prey. As the saying goes, if you strike first, you will be stronger, if you strike later, you will suffer disaster. On such a hot day, you still have to wear a black hood. Obviously not a good person. What's more, they were the first to attack him just now. Oh haha, are the little devils now so grumpy? Seeing Zhang Zan taking the initiative to kill him, a look of disdain appeared on the faces of the two men almost at the same time. Obviously, they didn't take Zhang Zan seriously. Seeing that Zhang Zan was about to rush in front of the two of them, the slender man among them suddenly took a step forward. A-level superpowers are indeed amazing. It only took 10 days to successfully enter the level. It is indeed amazing. However, you, a kid who has just entered the first level, how dare you challenge us two mid-level first-level superpowers? The one who took action. Should I say you are young and ignorant, or should I say you are self-righteous? As the thin man spoke, a powerful aura suddenly burst out from his body. Next, for a moment, his body was like an inflated balloon. Huge muscles grew rapidly on his body. In the blink of an eye, he has become a complete muscular man. The huge bronze muscles are full of raw power. Today, let me teach you what it means to leave someone behind, and there is a sky beyond the sky. The man said. Sudden, boom, he punched Zhang Zan head on. The next second, the two fists collided fiercely. With a muffled sound, Zhang Zan flew backwards and landed on the ground 7 or 8 meters away. On the ground, tap 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 tap. After landing, he took 7 or 8 steps back until he hit the wall and finally stopped. His right arm was shaking even more. Because of the huge impact of force, veins popped out one after another. First order mid-grade, the energy fluctuation must reach at least 2,500 points. Thinking of this, Zhang Zan's eyes suddenly became sharp. And this time, the man who was obviously the awakened person of the power system was already charging towards Zhang Zan with long strides. Boom, he punched Zhang Zan hard against the wall. But at this time, Zhang Zan suddenly raised his head and grinned at him. What? The man was slightly startled. Laugh. This kid is still smiling. Why is this kid laughing? Stunned, a barbaric aura suddenly swept through his body. Inexplicable uneasiness followed closely. Before he could react, a terrifying force came from his fist. How is it possible? Accompanied by the man's incredible exclamation, he flew backwards directly under the influence of this huge force. Boom! After landing, before he could get up, Zhang Zan, who had transformed into a dragon, was already killing him in front of him. Take advantage of his illness and kill him. The punch rises, the punch falls. Zhang Zan's sandbag-sized fist, carrying a huge amount of power, landed hard on the man's chest. The screams of pain suddenly sounded, resounding through the sky. Zhang Zan didn't stop there. Because he knows. His current condition is critical. The reason why he was able to reverse the trend so easily, and the reason why he was able to suppress this muscular man so easily, was entirely because this muscular man had not been wary of him before. He must seize this opportunity to deal with this muscular man. Otherwise, once this muscular man regains his composure, once the tall man in the distance intervenes, he is finished. He didn't think that he could deal with two mid-level first-level enemies at the same time. One punch, one punch, one punch, one punch, another punch. This moment, Zhang Zan was like a mad dog, constantly punching the muscular man. 5 punches with all his strength. Galala, the crisp sound of bones breaking resounded through the sky. This muscular man's ribs were broken by Zhang Zan. And this time, the tall man in the distance finally reacted belatedly. Damn, Kid, stop it, lousy. He roared angrily and charged towards Zhang Zan with great force. Zhang Zan simply ignored him. Boom, boom, boom. He was still punching the muscular man beneath him. Punch to the flesh. 1 punch, 2 punches, 3 punches. In the blink of an eye, 3 punches landed. Without the protection of his ribs, after enduring 3 punches from Zhang Zan with all his strength, his heart could no longer bear it. Puff. As a mouthful of pus and blood spurted out, the muscular man's face suddenly turned pale, and his breath became weak. I told you to stop, didn't you hear me? Just when Zhang Zan was about to give him the final blow, the tall man finally arrived. With a fierce kick, he swept forward and swept Zhang Zan away. However, he did not pursue the victory, but quickly checked on his companions. Then, he discovered that his partner was already dying. Damn, 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 damn you brat. He suddenly became furious. When he raised his head and roared, Zhang Zan got up from the ground and came to his side again. Kid, you pissed me off, you pissed me off. The tall man's face was full of ferocity. Facing Zhang Zan's fist, he waved quickly. Just getting ready to use my superpowers. Right now. Sudden, boom, an inexplicable pressure swept through his body, causing his entire consciousness to suddenly short-circuit for a second. 1 second, whether it lasts or not. But, it's short, but it's not that short at all. If it is in daily life, 1 second is nothing at all. No one will care about this second. No, 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 no. Not to mention a second. Even if it's 10 seconds or even a minute, few people will care. But, this moment is not an ordinary life. Now, it's a battle. 1 second in battle is quite precious. 1 second can determine victory or defeat, or even life and death. 1 second later, when he came back to his senses from the shock of that coercion, Zhang Zan's fist had already appeared in front of him. Damn it! The man's expression suddenly changed. He quickly tried to raise his arms to block. However, it's too late, it's too late. With a boom, Zhang Zan's fist landed hard on his face. Under the impact of the huge force, the man stumbled back several steps. In front of his eyes, Zhang Zan's second punch fell again and landed on his left eye. Ah! While screaming, his left eye was blown out by Zhang Zan. Even so, Zhang Zan had no intention of stopping. He swung his fist again, hitting the man with a random and chaotic punch. 1 punch, 1 punch, 1 punch, another punch. Ah! Boom, 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 hoo, 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 hoo. The man's miserable screams of pain, the violent collision of the man's head with the ground, and Zhang Zan's increasingly heavy breathing all came one after another. 1 minute later, accompanied by a boom sound, the man's head hit the ground hard and he closed his eyes forever. And this time, Zhang Zan was already so tired that he was sweating profusely and panting. He couldn't even maintain his dragon form anymore. After stumbling, he collapsed on the ground, panting heavily. After almost 10 minutes of slowing down, Zhang Zan finally regained some strength. And this time, residents in the surrounding apartments and communities also gathered around because they heard the loud fighting sounds. Ah! Killing! An ant suddenly screamed when she saw the tragic scene. Report to the officer. Report to the officer quickly. Killing. ... It doesn't take a while. Several official law enforcement vehicles rushed to the scene. Several law enforcement officers, led by enthusiastic uncles and aunties, arrived at the scene. At this time, Zhang Zan's physical strength had also recovered a lot. He took the initiative and came to the front of the law enforcers. Just as he was about to speak, the leading law enforcer suddenly looked him up and down quickly, with a look of surprise on his face. Zhang Zan, are you Zhang Zan, the top student in Jiacheng number 1 middle school? Quote. Yes, Mr. Law Enforcer, do you recognize me? Zhang Zan nodded. You are a big celebrity in our Jiacheng city. How could I not know you? I'm not afraid of your jokes. My daughter is still a fan of yours. She even said that when she grows up, she will marry you unless she wants to. Lord Law Enforcer, I would like to ask you, how old is your daughter this year? Zhang Zan glanced at the young-looking law enforcer in front of him and said confused. Well, after my birthday next week, she will be 6 years old. Quote dot 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 quote. Okay, no more gossiping. What's going on here? What happened? Can you tell us in detail? The leading law enforcer asked. It's like this. I just came back from the Superpower Association. When I walked to the entrance of the apartment, those two people suddenly attacked me. I saw that they were sneaky and wore black hoods on a hot day. It was obviously not. You are not a good person, so I struck harder and killed them all. Mr. Law Enforcer, this is completely self-defense. Zhang Zan quickly spoke. Well, I understand. Don't worry, Zhang Zan. We will definitely investigate clearly. The leading law enforcer nodded and was about to say something to comfort Zhang Zan. At this moment, a law enforcer who had finished examining the bodies of the two uninvited guests, one tall and one thin, walked up quickly. What's the situation? Can you confirm the identities of those two people? Boss, the identities of those two people have been confirmed. They are two wanted criminals who just fled from the neighboring Zhejiang province not long ago. They are Lu Feng and Lu Chan. Two wanted criminals. What crime have they committed? They were originally registered superpowers from the Superpower Association. Later, when they were performing an escort mission, they took advantage of the money and killed their employer. Registered Esper from the Psychic Association. The leading law enforcer's voice suddenly became sharp. He glanced at Zhang Zan beside him and asked in a somewhat skeptical tone, if I remember correctly, only after entering the rank can you be eligible to register with the Superpower Association, right? Yes, boss. Before they were wanted, the two of them were both first-level low-level ability users. Their energy fluctuations were 1,500 and 1,700 respectively. But this data was already from a year ago. According to the estimate of the Superpower User Association, judging from the results, the two of them should be first-level mid-level ability users now. The energy fluctuation has definitely exceeded 2,000. Real. The leading law enforcer glared and asked. Yes, boss, this is information that the Association of Superpowers just submitted to the law enforcement platform 2 months ago. Because the strength of the two of them has increased, the bounty of the two of them has also increased a lot. Now everyone it's a reward of 50,000 yuan. Hiss. The leading law enforcer suddenly took a breath of air. Immediately afterwards, he quickly turned to look at Zhang Zan, glared and asked, Zhang Zan, if I remember correctly, you just said Lu Feng and Lu Chan, the pair of wanted criminals, were you the one who killed them? Yes. Zhang Zan nodded. Are you alone? He asked with a glare. Well, yes. Zhang Zan nodded again. Hiss, if I remember correctly, you just awakened your superpower 10 days ago, right? He couldn't help but take a deep breath. Yes. Zhang Zan nodded again. Suddenly, the leading law enforcer suddenly fell silent. After 2 seconds of silence, he suddenly said, Pervert. Ah, Zhang Zan was stunned. Ahem, no, it's nothing, okay, I have understood the matter clearly. You must have heard our conversation just now. The two people you killed were a pair of wanted criminals, so you are completely what a relief. Then, I will report the bounty on their heads for you. In the past few days, you need to register with the Superpower Association as soon as possible so that the bounty can be smoothly distributed to your account. After the leading law enforcer finished speaking, he waved to several subordinates. The group of people took the two bloody corpses and left in a hurry. Looking at the law enforcement team leaving in a hurry, Zhang Zan's eyes suddenly flickered. The bounty of 50,000 for each person, for those two people, it is 100,000. The speed of the money is a bit fast. If I remember correctly, there seems to be a lot of similar tasks in the Superpower User Association, right? Well, register with the Superpower User Association tomorrow morning. Back home, after Zhang Zan washed himself, he quickly fell asleep. Don't look at the battle just now, it only lasted about 3 to 5 minutes. But, during those 3 to 5 minutes, Zhang Zan was exploding with all his strength. If it weren't for the fact that the Blue Dragon Fruit's ability itself would enhance his physical strength and endurance, he would have collapsed from exhaustion. Jiacheng, Law Enforcement Bureau. It had already exploded because Zhang Zan killed the two wanted criminals Lu Feng and Lu Chan. What are you talking about? Real or fake? These two first-level mid-level wanted criminals were killed by Zhang Zan. Inside the large office of the Law Enforcement Bureau, a law enforcer asked with disbelief on his face. Really? It's absolutely true. On the way back, we checked the surveillance cameras. It was really Zhang Zan who killed those two wanted criminals, and no one else helped him during the whole process. A law enforcer who had just returned, he said with a serious face. Wait, let me slow down, Is the Zhang Zan you are talking about the same person as the Zhang Zan I am referring to? He has won this, the Zhang Zan who came first in the college entrance examination mobilization competition. Is he the Zhang Zan who awakened his A-level superpower in Jiacheng No. 1 middle school? Yes. The huge office suddenly became quiet. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. After a brief silence. Wow, there was an uproar. Lie on the grass. What the hell, didn't that boy named Zhang Zan have a superpower that he just awakened half a month ago? No, it's not half a month, strictly speaking it's 10 days. He just awakened his superpower 10 days ago. Grass. Pervert. This must be pervert. In just 10 days, he went from a high school senior who had not yet awakened his superpowers to a Superman who could single-handedly and continuously kill two extremely vicious and wanted criminals with first-level mid-level strength. Those who can. This is too pervert. Is this even a human being? This may be the legendary genius. Gone. The more I think about it, the more unhappy I feel. When I think that Zhang Zan is such a genius and has a mid-level strength at a young age, while my boy only knows how to eat every day, I feel very unhappy. I have decided to go back tonight. I need to give him a good beating. My son is the same. He is not as good-looking as Zhang Zan, nor as talented as Zhang Zan, nor as hard-working as Zhang Zan in his studies. The more he thinks about it, the worse he gets. He must be beaten. Beat us. Beat them together. We must beat them. Quote. For a time, the entire law enforcement bureau was in chaos. That night, just as Zhang Zan was having sweet dreams and sleeping soundly, in various communities in Jiacheng, the law enforcers who came home from get-off work began to kill their children one after another. When their children learned from their mouths that Zhang Zan, who was the same age as them, killed two first-level mid-level wanted criminals during the day, they were confused. After being stunned for a while, they came to their senses one after another. Grass. Bullshit. Gone. Is this a human being? 10-day first order mid-grade. Pervert. Big pervert. Woo. I won't listen. It's fake. It's all fake. Ha, it's all fake. You must be lying to me. Early the next morning, Zhang Zan left the house early and went straight to the Superpower Association. Hello, I want to apply to join the association. Zhang Zan smiled and said to the young lady at the front desk. Okay, please fill out this form. The lady at the window handed over a form. Zhang Zan quickly filled it out and handed it back to her. Zhang Zan, are you Zhang Zan? That damn Zhang Zan from Jiacheng No. 1 middle school. After taking a look at the form, the young lady suddenly raised her head and stared at Zhang Zan with a complaining look on her face. Look at the complaining expression on her face. Listen to her complaining words. People who don't know better might think Zhang Zan is a heartless man. What's wrong? Little sister, do we know each other? What's the situation? What's happening here? Why are you looking at me so complaining? What did I do? I didn't do anything. Zhang Zan was immediately confused. If the young lady at the window knew about Zhang Zan's inner activities at this moment, she would definitely attack Zhang Zan with all her teeth and claws. There is no other reason. Because she was one of the many poor children who were scolded and beaten last night. Ha. The young lady at the window took several deep breaths before she regained her composure. After she glanced at Zhang Zan, she quickly started typing on the keyboard. Soon, she handed Zhang Zan another card. Okay, your information has been registered. Take this card to the testing room next door to detect energy fluctuations. As long as it is detected that your energy fluctuations exceed 1000, you can successfully register as a member of our Superpower Association. Member. After saying that, she then asked seemingly casually, if the energy fluctuation exceeds 5000, you can become a second-level member of our Superpower Association. Your energy fluctuation should not exceed 5000, right? After saying that, she stared at Zhongzhan sharply. No, how can there be 5,000? It's only 3,000 at most. Zhongzhan scratched his head and said. After saying that, he took the card and left quickly. Only 3,000 at most. Hey. The young lady at the window looked at Zhongzhan's leaving figure, and the corner of her mouth twitched. In the testing room, after Zhongzhan handed the card to the staff at the scene, under his command, he came to the energy fluctuation detection machine. Just ready to hold the detection handle of the detection machine, release the force and start detection. Suddenly, something suddenly occurred to him. Hello, I have a question. Zhongzhan suddenly raised his hand and asked. What's the problem? Just tell me directly. The staff at the scene said. Is there any difference between first level, low level, medium level, high level and perfect levels? What I mean is that when accepting various bounty tasks in our superpower association, only those who meet the strength level can accept the corresponding level. Bounty mission? Zhongzhan asked. From a certain perspective, that's true. The staff member nodded, and then added, however, the task levels of our superpower association are not as detailed as you think. All bounty tasks have only 9 levels in total, starting from level 1. Level 2, level 3. All the way to level 9. You mean, if I detect an energy fluctuation of just over 1,000, I can take on all first level bounty tasks, right? No matter how difficult this first level bounty task is. Zhongzhan asked thoughtfully. Strictly speaking, this is true, but when you accept a bounty mission, our staff will recommend bounty missions to you based on the energy fluctuations when you registered. The staff member explained. Thank you for the explanation. I understand. Okay, I'm ready to start testing. After Zhongzhan nodded, he reached out and grasped the testing instrument tightly. The test begins. Soon, a beep of Dai beep, 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 beep. Zhongzhan released his hands and looked up at the screen. Looking at the 4 characters, 1045, on the screen, he showed a satisfied smile. What? Why do you think Zhongzhan's energy fluctuations were detected so slightly? Because he did not enter the dragon form during the test. As for why he doesn't enter dragon form, as for the reason, the staff member also said it. Regardless of whether you are detected as a low-level first-level person, a middle-level first-level person, or even a perfect first-level person, you can take on all first-level tasks. If that's the case, then why do you need to enter the draconian form during the test? It is better to keep a low profile. In this case, you may be able to deceive some enemies and make them relax their vigilance against you because of your weak strength when fighting you. This is not called pretending to be a pig and eating the tiger. This is not about pretending to be a pig and eating the tiger. Zhongzhan was giving himself a backup plan. Jiacheng Admiral Tang De also said it. Young people should be more high profile and show off. But, you can't be too high profile, you can't be too ostentatious, and you can't show all your strengths at once. You have to leave some backup in case of future troubles. After successfully registering as a first-level member of the Superpower Association, Zhongzhan hurried to the hall where he received the bounty mission. In the hall, people were coming and going, it was a lively atmosphere. Arriving at the window, Zhongzhan began to select bounty tasks for himself. After experiencing taking spiritual herbs and elixirs for a week to assist his cultivation, Zhongzhan was no longer satisfied with the previous cultivation method of eating nothing and only for the poor. But, spiritual herbs and elixirs require money. He didn't have much money on him. So, he can only make money by accepting bounty missions. Zhongzhan originally thought that it would be quite easy to make money after he entered the ranks. But, it turns out, he was wrong. He thought too simply. He looked at the empty first-level task list with confusion on his face. After asking the staff on the side, Zhongzhan finally knew why there were so few first-level bounty missions in the Jiacheng Superpower User Association. After all, Jiacheng is just a small city. Although there are many superpowers, most of them only have first and second level strength. This resulted in a very small number of first and second level bounty missions within the Jiacheng Superpower User Association. Especially the first level bounty missions are even more pitiful. There are only 7 or 8 items in the entire list, and most of them are thankless and troublesome tasks. For example, go to the mountain forest outside the city to kill a first-level ferocious beast of a specific race and obtain a certain resource from it. It's not safe in the mountains and forests outside the city. Under normal circumstances, only those with second-level abilities or above would consider leaving the city to do tasks in the wild, while first-level superpower users would basically not enter wild areas. Because in general, the overall strength of a first-level ferocious beast is stronger than that of a first-level superpower. After all, the environment where the ferocious beasts live is a cruel wilderness, and most of the first-level ability users are students who have just graduated from high school or people with very poor social abilities. They have little practical experience. The actual combat experience referred to here refers to the kind of actual combat experience that sees blood, not the kind of duel experience. After working hard for a while, Zhongzhan finally got his wish and successfully created a first-level bounty mission that had just been released. The location of the mission is also outside the city, but it is very close to the city and is within the control of humans. The army stationed in the city often conducts regular raids on a certain area around the city, clearing out an area where people can grow various foods. Zhongzhan's bounty mission this time was issued by one of the ranchers. The goal of the bounty mission is to kill 4 upgraded domestic pigs. These 4 domestic pigs have not entered the level and are not ferocious beasts. But, because of the resurgence of spiritual energy, their bodies have been strengthened to a certain extent by the wash of spiritual energy. Ordinary people cannot handle them at all, only those who have mastered superpowers can. Leave the psychic association. Zhongzhan went straight to a pig farm called Yingdong Pig Pen in the west of the city. Received by the owner of the pig farm, Zhongzhan came to the pig house occupied by 4 upgraded pigs. The 4 upgraded beasts that have not yet entered the advanced level are no match for Zhongzhan at all. Zhongzhan didn't even move and simply used Conqueror's Haki to suppress them easily. Although the entire bounty mission completion process was smooth. But, Zhongzhan spent a lot of time. It took him almost 2 hours to get to the Yingdong pigsty from the city. But I only made 10,000 yuan. No, this can't go on. Zhongzhan's eyes flickered, and he quietly made a decision in his heart. Zhongzhan decided to leave Jiacheng. Jiacheng is too small, although a large number of first-level bounty tasks are released every day. But, because most of the superpowers in Jiacheng are low-level, these first-level bounty tasks will be taken away quickly. All that's left are thankless tasks. Zhongzhan made an estimate. If he continues to stay in Jiacheng and compete with the low-level superpowers at the bottom of Jiacheng for the first-level bounty mission, he will probably have to save for more than half a month to save up to 200,000 yuan to buy a piece of spiritual liquid to assist training. Saving 200,000 in half a month is actually a lot for an ordinary first-level superpower user. There are many, very good ones. But, for Zhongzhan, this is too little. After all, Zhongzhan is not an ordinary low-level superpower. He is a genius. Even without the cheat of the time travel simulator, he has never taken any magical herbs and elixirs since he was a child. With his talent and hard work alone, he has been able to remain in the top 3 of Jiacheng number 1 middle school for 3 consecutive years. You can see that he is a genius. For geniuses, time is undoubtedly the most precious. There are still about 3.5 months until the new semester of Magic City University begins. Zhongzhan must improve his strength as quickly as possible within these 3.5 months. Because in the past 3.5 months, the geniuses who were admitted to Magic City University like him must have been desperately improving their strength. And it is different from Zhongzhan. Most of his future classmates must be rich people. They can eat a large amount of spiritual herbs and elixirs every day, and they can practice quickly with the assistance of spiritual herbs and elixirs every day. So, in the next 3.5 months, Zhongzhan could not waste a single day. He had to make a lot of money as quickly as possible. Because only in this way can he have enough resources of spiritual herbs and elixirs to assist him in his cultivation and promote his rapid growth in strength. Go to the Magic City. Zhongzhan suddenly clenched his fists. Magic City, as the most prosperous metropolis in Kyushu, gathers masters from all over Kyushu and even the whole world. Naturally, it is also the easiest place to make money. It is different from this small place in Jiacheng. Magic City is a super metropolis. Because it is big, there must be more bounty tasks, and the rewards of the tasks are definitely higher than Jiacheng. Just leave. Zhang Zan has never been the kind of person to complain. After making a decision in his mind, he went directly to the passenger transport center in Jiacheng. I spent 5,000 yuan and bought a train ticket to the Magic City that departed in the afternoon. What? Why are train tickets so expensive? Tickets are inevitably expensive. After all, on every train, there will be many hired superpowers to escort them. Especially the train ticket purchased by Zhang Zan needs to travel across provinces. There are even mid-level superpowers escorting the train. Hiring a mid-level superpower escort would cost a lot of money, costing millions. Therefore, it is normal for tickets to be expensive. P.S. First, second, and third level superpowers are collectively referred to as low-level superpowers. Fourth, fifth, and sixth level superpowers are collectively referred to as mid-level superpowers. Seventh and eighth level superpowers and ninth level superpowers, collectively referred to as high-level superpowers. Close black lens bracket. Comma. Dirty, 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 dirty. With the sound of air chirping, the train, whose entire body was made of special steel, slowly left the Jiacheng Passenger Transport Center. Farewell, Jiacheng. Zhang Zan looked at the scene outside the window and said goodbye silently in his heart. The train moves forward. Soon, he left Jiacheng. Even if it was time to take the train, Zhang Zan didn't want to waste it. He closed his eyes and meditated, tempering his mental power and improving it as much as he could, even if it was just a little bit. Time passes quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was already afternoon. Right now, Zhang Zan, who had been meditating all afternoon, suddenly opened his eyes. At the same time, in front of his eyes, a light curtain quickly appeared that only he could see. The cooling time of the time travel simulator is over. The time travel simulator has been turned on. You have fixed your talent. Do you want to change it? Whether. Close black lens bracket. No, it is detected that your survival points are less than 10 points. All remaining survival points will be deducted, and the talent card pool has been refreshed. Close black lens bracket. Please choose the talent you want to wear. Madman, warm-hearted, upright, calm, dragon blood descendant. Close black lens bracket. Madman, white, you were born a madman. Close black lens bracket. Warm-hearted, white, you are enthusiastic about people and willing to help people in need. Righteous justice, blue, you are righteous by nature and cannot tolerate a trace of sin in your eyes, but because of this, you can easily gain people's awe. Close black lens bracket. What the hell is this? Looking at the talent card pool that was refreshed this time, Zhang Zan frowned. System, if I remember correctly, after opening new talent slots, I can now wear 4 talents at a time, right? Open black lens bracket. Yes. Close black lens bracket. Do you have to choose all 4 talents? Is it okay to choose 2? No, you must select all talents before you can start simulating time travel. Close black lens bracket. Okay, okay. Zhang Zan sighed. Logically speaking, it is a good thing to be able to carry one more talent each time. But, Zhang Zan was not very satisfied with the talent that was refreshed this time. Needless to say, lunatic is a completely negative talent. Although the 2 talents of warm-heartedness and righteousness are a little better than that of a madman, they are not much better. But, Zhang Zan had no choice. He could only choose the 2 talents of warmth and justice. After all, he couldn't choose madman, a talent that only had negative effects. To be honest, Zhang Zan had no expectations for this simulated time travel. The truth was just as he thought. This time, he only lived to be 28 years old and then died. And he died miserably. Because he was too warm-hearted and righteous, he took care of a lot of things and offended almost all the forces in the sea. Marine, world government, 4 of the Shichibukai, 3 of the 4 emperors. As mentioned above, he offended all of them during this simulated time travel. It can be said that everyone in the world is the enemy. No, no, no. It can't be said that he died miserably. It should be said that the death was extremely spectacular. He finally died due to the joint efforts of Kaido and Bigmom. No matter how strong he is, 2 New World 4 emperors have to join forces to defeat him. He is a 28-year-old man with no system cheats and only the talent of a dragon blood descendant. After 28 years, Even if he develops smoothly, he can only prepare for admiral-level strength at most. The reason why he was jointly attacked by 2 New World 4 emperors was because he was too nosy, and because he did not take devil fruit and dragon blood. He could be said to be at home in the sea, so he ran very fast, and within 2 years, he caused a lot of chaos in Kaido and Auntie's territory. I even heard that it made my aunt suffer from Siraya. Who will die if he doesn't die? Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.